How's it going, everyone? Got quite a lot to talk about in this video. We've got some free DLC for a turn-based RPG that was really well received in 2023. It's discounted right now as well. We'll talk all about that. PlayStation Plus titles have some free DLC available. Thanks to PlayStation Lifestyle for pointing that out. And one of the best received Souls-like games in recent memory, and honestly, of all time that isn't a From Software game, is getting a gigantic free update alongside a major piece of expansion content, story expansion. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But right off the bat, Sea of Stars, a really well-received turn-based JRPG, has gotten some free DLC in Throes of the Watchmaker. The base game itself is also on sale, $22.74 over on the PlayStation Store, and if you are a PlayStation Plus subscriber, $19.24, an additional 10% off. And Throes of the Watchmaker is a sizable piece of DLC that they are giving out for free. They could have easily charged $5 to $10 for this, given that it has around 8 hours of new content and a lot of new additions, but they're giving it out for free, and this is coming off the heels of them also giving out the Dawn of the Equinox update for free. Throes of the Watchmaker sends Solstice warriors on a side adventure into a miniature clockwork world where a cursed carnival threatens its innocent denizens. To survive, they'll need to play by unfamiliar rules and confront not only the mischievous puppeteer and her minions, but also their own darker traits. The DLC notes new areas, music, minigames, enemies, and puzzles. Journey into a magical miniature clockwork world where a plethora of oddities and wonders await. The world is filled with over 8 hours of completely new content, including unique environments, NPCs, enemies, and dungeons. And you've got guest composer Yasunori Mitsuda returning to bring a completely fresh set of new tracks alongside composer Eric W. Brown. That's Sabotage's own composer. New playable classics as well. You play by different rules, and for their magic to manifest, the Solstice Warriors will need to adapt. Zale will tap into his agility to become a juggler, while Valerie will harness her balance to dazzle as an acrobat. New classes are introduced playing to the circus-themed curse. They will unlock a completely new set of attacks, damage types, skills, and combos. New playable character added as well, and couch co-op up to 3 players on top of all of that. I know there's been some talk about wanting more turn-based RPGs. I've been mentioning games like Sea of Stars, Chained Echoes. Those are games that are worthwhile to check out if you're looking for turn-based games. Yes, not the biggest budget in terms of visuals in the world, but it has been a fairly well-received game, and if you do like the throwback visual aesthetic, I think you'll dig it as well. 87 on Metacritic, free DLC, seemingly has done pretty well, and very interested to see what Sabotage does in the future as far as, are they going to be working on another, JRPG, at least, Japanese RPG inspired. I know people define these games differently. I feel like when we say JRPG, it should now be shifted to the principles and the formula of a JRPG. I think that is what people mention when they talk about JRPG, and they're bringing up games like Sea of Stars, like Chained Echoes. Yes, they may have not originated directly from Japan, but they follow those principles and those ideas that a JRPG always brings to the table. Expedition 33 as well. Throw that in there. But nonetheless, $22.74 on sale, free DLC available right now with Throes of the Watchmaker. Go check that out. And again, they just dropped Dawn of the Equinox, which was a major free update as well. So good stuff all around there. Alright, the PlayStation Plus extra titles for the month of May have dropped. Quite a variety of reception towards that. I thought Plus Premium was a pile of trash, but Plus Extra does have some decent stuff. Sandland has been added. There's a decal and special main weapon pack. Customize all vehicles with special decals and customize the battle tank with a special main weapon. You've got a bunch of decals and a main weapon included on top of that. Soul Hackers 2 has the useful item set and the extra difficulty DLC with a extra difficulty mode that's even more difficult than hard. Soul Hackers 2 was a game that I really enjoyed. It is very much one of the, if you objectively assess it, like a middle-of-the-road JRPGs, but I really like the main character. I like the story. Soundtrack I thought was awesome. The boss battle theme in this game is fantastic, like just so good. And overall, I had a great time with the game. It's not going to be something that everybody is blown away by, but when it comes to JRPGs, I always say this, that I feel like there are those mid-level JRPGs, or maybe mid-level is putting it harshly with some of these games, but, games that aren't revered as the best best JRPGs of all time that resonate with some people so much. Soul Hackers 2 for me was one of those games. Scarlet Nexus, I look at a game like that where not everybody was blown away by that game, but I just love that game and the characters so much. And I feel like, you know, if you're a fan of the JRPG genre, there are a lot of games that just click with you that they don't click with absolutely everyone. But yeah, Soul Hackers 2 was one of those games for me. And then Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life, there's a free costume pack for that as well. So if you have Plus Extra for the month of May, a lot of those games do have free DLC. Speaking of free updates and DLC, Lies of P is getting a massive free update. Now, this is coming alongside the paid expansion Overture, which that is going to include 15 to 20 hours of gameplay, but that is going to be a $30 expansion. It looks to be a very sizable expansion. However, it'll also be getting a sizable update alongside the Overture expansion, including the addition of 2 new difficulty modes, Butterfly's Guidance and Awakened Puppet. And yes, this is to make the game a little bit more accessible. And you know me, with how I look at Souls-like games, I'm frothy at the mouth whenever I see Souls-like games and difficulty options, baby. I get it, some people are so vehemently against this. I actually told a buddy of mine that absolutely loves this game about the Overture expansion, and then I hit him with, oh, they're also adding new difficulty modes, and I just saw the expression on his face about how disappointed he was, and man, look, I get it. People are gonna be like, oh, the authenticity of the game is being broken. Just get good, kids. Why are you wanting difficulty options? Look, I'll leave it up to the developer and, you know, the creators on whether or not they want to add difficulty options. If they feel like it's going to break or destroy what the identity of the game is and what they had the vision of the game to be, more power to them. I'd be lying to you guys if every time I saw a Souls-like game with difficulty options, I didn't get excited. I absolutely do get excited. I was so happy when First Berserker Kazan had an easier difficulty option because I like that game from a visual and an aesthetic standpoint, but man, these challenging action games, I'll play them, but would I ideally like to play them? No, I wouldn't. I don't want to get absolutely whooped. I'm old, I'm washed up, I'm not playing at hard difficulty options. And I get it, that's not the cool thing to say online as a content creator, or, you know, if you're a streamer, if you're a YouTuber, whatever. Oh, you're just you're get good at video games, whatever. Not everybody's trying to play these games at a high level and be really good at them. And maybe if I sat down and I really played Elden Ring and I got really good at it, I could whoop every boss in the game. Guess what? I'm just not built for it. One of my buddies said it the best when he bought Elden Ring and he ultimately refunded the game on Steam. His reasoning for refunding the game was, I'm just not built for this game. Literally, that's what he said in the description section when you do a Steam refund. And you know what? Yeah. And it's okay. I'm not built for these games. I'm okay with admitting that. I don't think bro, it's video games at the end of the day. Whoa, dude. I'm not good at video games. Whoa, buddy. Whoa, take it easy now. Take it easy now. He's not good at action Souls-like games. I'm not trying to play action games at brutally hard difficulties. Whoa, buddy. You know, it is what it is. And I'm okay saying that. And I'm okay being like, yo, I appreciate when these action Souls-like games have an easier difficulty option. And that being said, I've played every From Software Souls-like game, and I've enjoyed all of them. It's just, did I get absolutely infuriated dying to, like, Margaret 20 times in Elden Ring, and that's, like, right off the rip? Yeah, I absolutely did, and I would rather not go through those experiences because, again, I'm old and washed up. You know, there was a time in my life where I could get down with that. You know, even a decade ago when Bloodborne came out, I was more akin for those styles of experiences, but these days, as an old and washed up individual, I'm not really trying for that anymore. I mean, I have to every now and again. Every From Software game, even if it doesn't have difficulty options, I'll be playing them. But, you know, with something like this, you know, I definitely do appreciate it. And I like games like First Berserker Kazan having difficulty options. I appreciate Lies of P adding difficulty options. And if people want to crap on me for that, more power to them. And at the end of the day, for, like, my buddy that is upset that this game is adding difficulty options, like, bro, you can still clown on me. You beat the game without the difficulty options. You beat the game at the harder setting. You can still clown on me if I decide to play whatever game. A Kazan, if I go back to Lies of P and play through that at the easy difficulty option, you could still clown on me. You could be like, bro, you get good at games. I beat at the harder difficulty option. Why aren't you good? Yo, more power to you. If that makes you sleep better at night, more power to you. But I'll enjoy the game for what it is if I do want to play at an easier difficulty. But I digress. I appreciate it. And I should also say, they're adding a lot of other stuff on top of this. They're adding battle memories, a boss rush mode. You'll be able to access this mode at the Hotel Krat Stargazer after clearing the game at least once. And you'll be able to challenge previously defeated bosses from both the base game and the Overture DLC. Each boss has 5 difficulty tiers as well. They've teased unlockable additional content. And on top of that, there's Death March, which will have you consecutively battle 3 bosses with limited items, which I think that sounds pretty cool. So if you are looking for the challenge, I think Death March is going to offer you that. So that'll do it for me. Again, Sea of Stars, free DLC on that with Throes of the Watchmaker. You've got some new PS Plus titles dropping and free DLC available on those, and Lies of P is getting a major free update as well. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.